Hi everyone, I am the Sassy Engineer. In this video, I'll be answering the question, do universities in New Zealand take tuition fee deposit or do they require full fee payment? Hi everyone, it's your girl, the Sassy Engineer. I got this question in the comment section from one of you. First of all, thanks y'all for the feedback. I can see my videos are very helpful to y'all and that was a goal. I appreciate your comments, your feedback, your reviews. Thank you. Alright, the question was, do universities take tuition fee deposit or do they require full fee payment? Now, before I go into that, did you know that we have just 8 universities here in New Zealand? Did you know that? These universities are the University of Auckland, also known as Auckland Uni. You have Auckland University of Technology, otherwise called AUT. You have University of Waikato, or you can simply say Waikato University. Massey Uni, or if you just say Massey, we'll understand. Victoria University of Wellington, which is otherwise called Victoria Uni. These are all in the North Island. In the South Island, you have 3. That is University of Canterbury, or you can just say Canterbury Uni, University of Otago, or Otago Uni. Then you have Lincoln University. Amongst all of them, Auckland Uni is the top in most areas, most programs. And that's the one that most international students like to go to. And that's also the most expensive one, okay? So calculate. These universities have areas that they are very good at and areas that they are okay with. So depending on the degree you want to study, you can choose which one you want to go to. You should watch my video on 20 interesting facts about New Zealand, or you read my blog. Everything is there that you need to know. There are also polytechnics or Institute of Technologies here in New Zealand. The top ones that I know of are Unitec, MIT, that's Manukau Institute of Technology, and you have UCO, etc, etc, etc. I'm going to go with my gut feeling here and say that all of them fall under Te Pukenga, that is New Zealand Institute of Skills and Technology. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay? The difference in tuition fees across this tertiary institution varies from like $1,000 up to $10,000 or even more, depending on the course and the degree that you'll be pursuing. On average, for international students, undergraduates will pay from $30,000 upwards, and their fees are rated by paper, that's the course that they're taking, per program per year. Masters will range from $30,000 upwards, and this is rated per point per program per year. Tuition fee for international students studying for a PhD is the same as domestic fees. This is the perks of studying your PhD in New Zealand. On average, it is from $7,500 up to around $10,000 depending on the university and the program of study. Those studying named doctorate, that is Doctor of Law, Doctor of Music, will pay full international fees, which is on average $40,000 per annum. If you are going for MBA, etc., those ones will start from $35,000 above. Now, if you be in your country while you're studying, that's you're enrolled in a New Zealand university, but you're studying from your country, your fees will be lower. But you can only do that for so long because I think there are some components that will require you to come back to New Zealand to study. Something to note is that these tuition fees are reviewed annually. So you won't be paying the same amount that you paid when you enrolled throughout the university. For me, I started with around like $7,700. I'll just round it up to $8,000. And I ended with about 8,800 New Zealand dollars, somewhere around that area. So you see, every year, your fees would increase, your insurance would increase. I'm not sure if student levy would increase. I have to check that, but note that, okay? Now let me answer the question. Are there universities that accept tuition deposit or must you pay full fees? The answer will depend on if you're a domestic student or an international student. Obviously, the person that asked this question is an international student, and international students are required to pay full tuition fee for at least a year. And there are many reasons for that. You may not be required to pay all the student costs, like student levy, but tuition fee components of your fee schedule needs to be paid up front. The main reason is immigration. Immigration and the type of visa you are applying for is the main reason for this. If you study or have studied or know someone who have studied or is studying in places like UK, you know that you can pay tuition fee deposits. For UK, there is a compulsory amount you must pay before applying for your visa. It will be stated in your CAS. I think that's what it's called. I can't remember. After you apply, you are given the visa, and this visa will cover your complete years of study. So you are going to be studying for 4 years, your visa will be given for you for 4 years. And after you apply, you are given a visa that covers your years of studies and extra, usually 3 to 6 months extra. So that means if you'll be studying for like 4 years, you'll be given 4 years and Jara, okay? But for us in New Zealand, that's not the case. Most international students come under the student visa called fee-paying student visa. One of the conditions of this visa is that you will need to pay the full cost of your courses and enroll with an approved education provider. The number of years you are given in your visa will depend on the number of years your tuition fee has been paid for. The number of years you are given will depend on the number of years that your tuition fee has been paid for. That's why I mentioned in this video that you will renew your visa every year, because if you are paying tuition fee per year, they only give you 1 year student visa. It doesn't mean that your studentship is not valid for 3 years. It just means that you have to renew your visa every year if you want to keep studying. So it is my belief that this is the key reason why universities require that you pay your fees in full. There are exceptions to this, and that is if you have scholarships from recognized institutions like Manaki Scholarship, university scholarships, or funding from your supervisor that covers tuition fees. In that case, you don't have to worry about paying fees because you are covered. But if you don't have this funding, these scholarships, and you need a student visa, say if you are sponsored by your uncle, then you will need to include evidence that you have prepaid your fees or proof that you have sufficient money to pay your fees. So go and watch the student visa video on my channel to learn more, okay? The only uni that I have seen talk about installment plan is Victoria Uni. But this is not for new international students. You have to reach out to them to find out more. On top of the tuition fees, you will need to pay for student fee levy, medical and travel insurance. Insurance is compulsory for international students. All of this will be included in the fee schedule that you'll be sent once you are given an unconditional offer of place. Within your fee schedule is a time frame to pay your fees. If you cannot meet this time frame for whatever reason, don't be afraid to reach out to your student contact center, international contact center, whatever it's called in your uni. Check it out. Reach out to them. They need the money, so they'll work out a plan for you, okay? No fear. But on average, fees are due when your study program begins. Sometimes 7 days before your study program begins. Now, there are different ways to pay your fees. For all the universities that I've seen, your options will either be internet banking, if you can do that, international bank transfer, credit card, scholarships or funding or sponsorships, telegraphic transfers, student loan or allowances, in-person payments, but this one you need to be in New Zealand to do that. So if you're not already in New Zealand, this will not apply to you. Then some universities have their secure and streamlined payments method. I've seen Convera, Flywire. Those are the two that I've seen. Is it Convera or Coursera? Convera, yeah, something like that. One last thing, and this one you're gonna love it. Yes, you can get PR during or after studying. It's either going to be through the skilled route or family route. Say your boyfriend or your girlfriend commits and say, I love you, let's live together. Or menio kokoro, which is business or investment. If you get residency during your studies, your tuition fees will be refunded to you, but you have to let the university know. It's not going to be automatic. You have to let them know that you're now a resident, and they will now give you the difference between the international fees that you paid and the domestic fees. I hope this helps. If you have any question, put it in the comment section. If you have other tips for others to learn, put it in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. It's still your favorite girl, the Sassy Engineer. Bye bye. Small-minded people sure know how to trick. I came to the party, I laughed at the jokes.